Most people who seek counseling have internal experiences that they don't want to have. Taking action modules are not designed to get rid of or necessarily solve whatever it was that prompted you to seek support from the counseling center. No brief online modules could do that. Taking action modules are designed to introduce you to concepts of mindfulness and acceptance, help you understand your problems in new ways, create flexibility in how you deal with these problems, and help you start making choices that move you in the direction of living your life more fully. Taking Action is a program that uses the most recent research to introduce a variety of tools that you can apply now and also for years to come. These tools may be conceptual, such as learning useful metaphors or thinking strategies, or experiential, such as learning mindfulness techniques that we will practice together. The skills taught in Taking Action are difficult ones that take time to fully develop. Give yourself space to learn, room for doubt, and permission to keep going during times when you're having trouble. Expect that you may feel uncomfortable, and if it ever feels like too much, feel free to stop doing the exercises. When painful thoughts and emotions enter our lives, it's natural for us to want to do something to make those experiences go away and to remove the pain from our lives as quickly as possible. Our immediate reaction would probably be to avoid and distract from the pain, discomfort, and distress. In fact, we may spend a great deal of time and resources to try and keep distressing content away. While this kind of reaction is understandable, we have to recognize the limited success this strategy has on our lives in the long term. As we saw in the psychological flexibility matrix, it's our attempts to avoid, control, or get rid of unwanted internal experiences that keeps us stuck, can make our situation worse, and keeps us from moving towards a more meaningful and value-driven life. In the Foundations modules, we addressed ways to become more present in our lives and why this is important. In this module, we'll focus on learning to be open and willing to have emotions and thoughts that may be uncomfortable. The tug-of-war metaphor you saw in the previous module illustrated how we can get hooked into fighting against negative thoughts and emotions. Part of what we're going to work on today is looking at alternative ways to handle these kinds of experiences. Remember, acceptance is being willing to experience whatever is showing up for you internally with openness and without judgment. In this exercise, we'll take some time to observe the constant flow of thoughts, images, feelings, and other chatter that comes up in our minds. We'll practice merely recognizing the chatter, placing it on top of a leaf, and letting it float down the stream. Mindfulness is the practice of noticing your present experience with intention, and it'll be natural for your mind to wander. The practice is bringing your attention back to the moment and the exercise. And just a reminder, if it ever feels like too much, feel free to stop doing the exercise. Get into a comfortable and alert position where you're sitting. Sit upright with your feet flat on the floor, your arms and legs uncrossed, and your hands resting in your lap or on your thighs, whichever is more comfortable. Allow your eyes to gently close. Take a few moments to become present by getting in touch with the physical sensations in your body, especially the sensations of touch or pressure where your body makes contact with where you're sitting. Now shift your attention to focus on your breathing. Now allow yourself to imagine a beautiful, slow-moving river. The water flowing along, and you're sitting on the bank with your back against a big, beautiful tree with big leaves. This can be a river or a stream you've seen before, or one completely from your imagination. Really picture the stream and the type of day it is, the weather, the water, the movement. Notice that once in a while you observe a leaf dropping onto the stream and floating away. As you sit beneath the tree on the bank of this stream, become aware of the thoughts that are passing by in your mind. Whatever you notice, each time you become aware of a thought, imagine yourself placing the thought on one of those leaves. You're not aiming to get rid of your thoughts. You're aiming to step back and just watch the natural flow. If your thoughts stop, just watch the stream. It won't be long before they start again. And just continue to do this. From time to time, you'll get hooked and pulled out of the exercise. You'll get stuck planning, running through your to-do list, or rehashing a conversation you had earlier in the day. It can feel like you're in the middle of the stream being carried away. See if you can practice noticing when this happens and choosing to place yourself on the side of that stream and watch the thoughts go by as you place them on the leaves. The moment you realize you've been hooked by a thought, silently acknowledge it. Hooked again. Then, without judging yourself, just return to the stream and put those thoughts on a leaf. Now let go of those thoughts and images and gradually widen your attention to take in the sounds around you in the room. The feeling of the chair beneath you, the feeling of the breath in your lungs. Take a deeper than normal breath and slowly exhale. Take a moment to make the intention to bring the sense of gentle allowing and self-acceptance into the present moment. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes.
So imagine that you're sitting in front of a sushi train at one of those Japanese restaurants, and there are all these dishes going past on the train. And in the center, there is the chef creating all of these dishes. The chef is like your mind, and the dishes are like all of those thoughts, ideas, memories that keep cropping up, coming and going all day long. Some of the dishes on that sushi train may be very appealing. Some of the stuff on that sushi train may be unappealing. And some of it may be neutral, and take it or leave it. And it's much the same with our thoughts, memories, ideas that pop up throughout the day. Some of them are very pleasant, we really like them, we want to hold on to them. Some of them are very unpleasant and we just want to turn away from them, get rid of them. And a lot of them are kind of neutral, they're neither positive nor negative. So all day long, the sushi chef of our mind is creating all these different dishes, and the train keeps carrying them round and round. These thoughts keep cropping up throughout the day. Now we can learn to step back and watch our thoughts coming and going in much the same way that we can step back and watch that sushi train. An unpleasant dish pops up on the train, we don't have to turn away in disgust and horror. A pleasant dish comes by, we don't have to reach over and grab it and stuff it down our mouth. And we can do the same with our own thoughts. We can step back with an attitude of openness and curiosity and watch them come and stay and go in their own good time.
This exercise will challenge you to interact with some of the thoughts and feelings that contribute to your feeling stuck or unhappy, to help you recognize the personal internal experiences you're struggling with. Not the situation that might have triggered the experience, but the internal response itself. The idea is to identify an underlying internal experience that's troublesome for you, like a core thought of, I'm not good enough, or I'm awkward, people don't like me, or a particularly strong emotion, like sadness or anxiety. You may choose to not go with the most troublesome and use a thought or feeling that's more manageable. I'll give you a moment to identify what this looks like for you. And remember, if the exercise feels like too much at any time, feel free to stop. Now get into a comfortable yet alert position where you're sitting. Perhaps sitting upright with your feet flat on the floor, your arms and legs uncrossed, and your hands resting in your lap or on your thighs, whichever is more comfortable. Allow your eyes to gently close. Take a few moments to become present by getting in touch with the physical sensations in your body, especially the sensations of touch or pressure where your body makes contact with where you're sitting. Draw your awareness to your feet, your body being supported by the chair, how your hands feel with how they make contact with your body. Now hold that unwanted internal experience in your mind. Again, it might be a thought, a feeling, a physical sensation, or a memory. Try to distill what moved you to seek counseling or these modules down to one thing if you can. You might have more than one issue. If so, pick just one you can focus on in this exercise. Now take a deep breath and slowly exhale. Just sitting for a moment with whatever comes up for you. Bringing that experience into your awareness, kind of imagining that unwanted experience as being present, just being present in your awareness. And while holding it in this awareness, picturing it in your mind's eye, and think about the following questions. If you were to locate the experience within your body, where would it reside? What shape would it be? What color would it have? What temperature would it be? Hot or cold? Would you describe it as big, small, heavy, light, fast, slow, smooth to touch, or rough? Is it clearly defined or vague and fuzzy? Can you notice where it ends and your body begins? Take a moment to really visualize your unwanted experience as an object. Now continue taking deep breaths, tracing the breath from the inhale to coating the object with your breath, and then exhaling. Keep doing this. Remember to gently bring your intention back if your mind wanders. Continue coating the object after your inhale and then exhaling. Continue bringing your breath to the experience and simply be a witness to whatever comes up, recognizing what you observe without judgment, asking yourself, can I make room for the discomfort, for the pain? Thinking about the tug of war metaphor and asking, can I drop the struggle of trying to make the pain go away? Can I turn myself towards that which gives my life value, meaning, and purpose? Is this something I must struggle with? Or can I openly lean into the discomfort in the service of not being trapped by my thoughts and feelings and living my life more fully? Continue breathing into it. Now taking another deeper than normal breath and slowly exhaling, sitting for a few moments, observing what there is to be observed within yourself. Reacquainting yourself with the room in which you're sitting, the sounds, your feet being in contact with the floor, your body making contact with where you're sitting. And after a couple deeper breaths, slowly open your eyes. Let me introduce you to some language tips to practice. Try to replace but with and to increase flexibility in your thinking. For example, instead of saying, I want to do well in school, but I have anxiety so I can't, try saying, I can feel anxiety and attend class instead. You can have both at the same time. Throughout the week, as you become aware of your experiences, try also adding the words, I am having the thought, or I am having the feeling. For example, I am having the thought that I'm going to fail my class, or I am having the feeling of guilt. Instead of fighting your experiences or feeling like you have to do something about them, this will help you recognize thoughts or feelings for what they are, just thoughts and feelings. No judgment or action is needed. It's about just observing them. This will begin to allow you more flexibility and space between your experience and yourself.